なんとかなったみてえだな。畳みかける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
All right, what's going on, you fam? Raiyuden here. Here is the social media reveal for whatever this new LF character is. I think it's going to be an LF Kefla. Now, to be alongside with the Kefla, I am thinking it's going to be a 1% Frost. Mainly because Lineage of Evil has been seeing tons of buffs this last little while. Revival Frieza, Zenkai Awakening, Full Power Frieza gets a unique equip, the Ultra Full Power Frieza. With them dabbling back into the Tournament of Power, it would be the easiest way for them to give Lineage of Evil one small final boost. At that point, I think it's fair to say Lineage of Evil has skyrocketed itself to being one of the best teams in the game, and they're good there. With this being Kefla, I honestly hope she is a ranged character that complements well with Evo Vegeta. Not that I want her to be a cheerleader for him, but for them to synergize very well together. It is very easy for a second character to spring a character back to being good. The best example of this is Trio Might Goku. People wrote this character off and just said he either had mediocre damage, mediocre tanking, his unique gauge just felt like it didn't do anything. Everybody wrote him off. And then we got the Ultra Turles, and then that became one of the most dominant pairings you saw in PvP. Every match went to timer because Goku's unique gauge paired so damn well with the Turles that these two just ran the meta. I think the same thing can happen here if this is a ranged Kefla that is not purple and works well with Evo. Now, if Legends wanted to be clutch here, they would also pair this with an MVP 17 Zenkai Awakening and Evo Ken's unique equip. If they don't want to do that, then maybe Zenkai Yellow Jiren or something like that. Either way, I apologize for the ranting, but here we go. What do we got here? Make your defeat official. Oh, it is Frost! Is it a full power Frost? Oh, it is a final form Frost. Okay. We actually haven't seen one of these. Looks pretty cool. The full power forms of these Lineage of Evil characters reminds me of the Ultra Super Saiyan form. So I really like the swole, like bear mode bulk look.
You should at least try to put up a fight.
That makes perfect sense. Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, it's Kefla. Now, is she transforming? No, standalone Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. Oh, that look cool. Yeah, she's got to be ranged. Was that an AoE green? Oh, there it is. That's the swirly candy of death.
Are you impressed?
All right, pretty cool. Looks like we're kind of on the money then. We were kind of on the money then. Exactly. This was the easiest shoe-in to powering up Lineage of Evil. Throw in Frost. It's a double whammy. Anytime you see anytime you're trying to predict like an upcoming tag power up or character release, try to think about how there's significant overlap to other tags. They really like to just blanket sweep as much as they can. So tournament of power with a most likely Kefla, the odds are we could see Frost because of the Frieza. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I think she's ranged just based off of her moves here. We'll have to see if they give us a kit, but yeah. Pretty damn good. This is just meant to be a mini celebration just to signify the end of the 7th anniversary. So fingers crossed. You know, maybe they provide a unique equip or they also provide a Zenkai. Really not doubting it. Kefla looked pretty cool. I was expecting her to look good just because Omega Shenron last year looked pretty damn good. You know, coming right out of the anniversary. So yeah, good job, Legends. All right, and because it was a rather short social media reveal, we'll kind of just double whammy the whole breakdown with the reaction here. Let us see what we got here with Kefla. Please don't be purple, and please don't be strike-oriented. I don't know why people really want more of the strike-oriented universe rep team. I really do think because they broke it down between a strike variant and a blast variant, no one is arguing that the blast variant holds a torch to the strike one. You got Go Frieza, you got Ultra Hit, you got MUI Goku. The strike oriented one gaps the ranged one so damn hard. I really do hope that she's ranged. So let's see. All right, overwhelm opponents with a flurry of attacks. Legends Limited Super Saiyan 2 Kefla joins the fight. Number 1 for her strength. Unique Gauge enables overwhelming power. The Unique Gauge starts as a charge type, but once it reaches max, it'll become release type. While it's release type, you'll get a massive boost primarily to your offenses with a 40% damage buff and more. Excellent evasive abilities. Get a boost to damage and restore the Vanish Gauge every time you use a strike or blast darts. Plus, the Vanish Gauge will be restored 70% when you perform a Vanish Step, toy with your opponents, and take back your turn for offense. Kefla has received the MVP 17 effect, where Vanish will rapidly charge another Vanish. She could already be really damn good with that. Number 3. Wait, toy with your opponents to take back your turn for offense. Number 3, special arts that draws an ultimate. Draw an ultimate one time. Use it to deal big damage right from the start of battle. Have a blast battling powerful opponents with your exceptional speed and power. Drawing an ultimate arts, just like the LF Trunks. That was his whole flow, man. Pop a early green, have an ultimate, get some crazy damage right out the gate. Seems pretty good. Super Saiyan 2 Kefla. She's green. Okay. She is green. USS. Z ability is strike attack and blast defense. Okay, I guess she's the strike oriented unit then. All right. Strike cards have blast armor. Blast cards restore health when used in the low area. Nice. I'm glad they're expanding more on these. I was kind of surprised the ultras didn't have a lower high area card effect. Blue card. This special move destroys 3 enemy cards on hit and even has a chance to inflict feint. Yeah, everyone's favorite. Massive damage. On activation, 30% blue card damage. Cancel enemy attribute upgrades and buff effects. So really good for taking away type neutral. On hit, destroy 3 enemy cards and inflict enemy with feint. 30% chance. 30% chance, huh? If anyone has faced Namek Goku, you know that 30% chance feels like 300% chance because you get feinted all the damn time. So this will be tricky. Her green card, draw ultimate arts card one time only, plus boost the damage of the next strike and blast darts you activate by 50%. Green card, draw a card, destroy a card to draw an alt, heal 10% of your health, get 50 key, next strike or blast gets 50% more damage, and her card draw speed goes up by 1 level. That's really good. Ultimate, give allies a permanent boost to special move and ultimate damage. If the enemy is Goku, then you'll get a permanent boost to damage, ultimate damage, and even nullify element disadvantages. Why are we bullying Goku? Well, I know why in the show, but now we're specifically bullying Goku. So massive damage, massive impact damage. On activation, nullify endurance, ally, blue card, ultimate, awaken arts damage plus 20%. Exactly like LF Omega Shenron. If the enemy is a Goku, you do 20% more damage and you go type neutral with blast armor charging forward. Pretty good. Main ability, charge the unique gauge by 100% and boost ultimate damage. If you use an ultimate arts right after using the main ability, you'll unleash some serious firepower. So main ability gives her an ultimate. She heals 30%, gets 50 key, unique gauge plus 100%, and ultimate damage plus 30% while canceling attribute downgrades under normal conditions. Really good against pesky characters that increase arts costs and whatnot. Characters like Ultra Frieza being the most prominent example. Starter ability, boost the damage guard of universe rep allies. So 270% damage, 180% damage guard, 60% key recovery, level 1 card draw speed. Strike, blast, special move arts cost -10. Gradually restores health with no limited timer count, and ally universe rep damage guard plus 15%. Oh my god. Oh my god, we're gonna be seeing so much more MUI. Oh my god. 15% more damage guard with that guy. I wonder if this is going to be their way of respecting what they said at the beginning of the year, where their focus was, we don't want one-man army characters. We want people to, we want to make releases that are meant for 3-man teams. We want to make a very team-oriented set of releases. I don't know if just giving additional damage guard to a specific tag is there plans for that. Like we saw it with Daima, you really got to hone in on the Daima tag for them all to be ran together properly at their full capacity. We see it with the Frieza Saga team where Krillin is really just the ultimate cheerleader for both Ultra Namegoku and Ultra Full Power Frieza. Now it looks like we're seeing something similar here where Kefla wants to be ran alongside Universe Rep allies for that additional damage guard. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Unique ability. Get a permanent boost to your offenses every 15 timer counts, up to a max of 45% to damage and 60% to unique gauge charge rate. Restore the vanish gauge by 10% whenever you use a Striker Blast Arts, and restore it by 70% when you perform a vanishing step. Give yourself the advantage by staying on the offense. The biggest value from this is going to be having more vanishes available to deal with the Death Beam. You vanish once, you go for a strike, your opponent now is forced to decide, do I go right away or do I now have to wait? Taking back control of that sort of vanishing exchange is the ultimate value out of that part there. Pretty good. So on enemy character confrontation, draw a card if your hand has 3 or fewer, you get 30 key, enemy takes 15% more damage, and enemy card draw speed -1. When you use a Striker Blast Arts, you heal 3%, your Vanish Gauge goes up by 10%, you stack 10% damage inflicted, nullify cover change for 5 counts. When you vanish, you get 20 key, Vanish Gauge plus 70%, 3 times only, ally subcount -1. Oh, so it's not like MVP 17. They set this up for you to have a nice upper hand against Frieza, like a first time Death Beam exchange. This over here. We're already seeing counters to the Ultra's strong abilities. When we got the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, we very soon started seeing characters counter out his unique gauge. Oh, you got me locked in? You lose 100 key. You can't do anything at all from the Trio Might Goku. And then we saw more and more characters just find methods of defeating the unique gauge. Looks like we're going to start seeing characters with more vanishing opportunities to deal with Frieza's Death Beam, because at the end of the day, it was the most oppressive mechanic in the game. This is pretty good. Every 15 timer counts while you're not defeated, you get 15% damage, your unique gauge charge rate goes up by 20%, and your health restore goes up by 5%, up to a max of 45% damage, 60% unique gauge charge rate, and 15% additional health restore. When you are hit by an enemy's arts, you take away 1 enemy card, they lose 30 key, and all enemy blast arts power -15%. If your unique gauge is a release type, unique gauge plus 30%. When you're on the field and the enemy activates a blue card, an ultimate, Awaken Arts, or Rising Rush, you heal 30% of your health, unique gauge plus 50%, and ally subcount -5. That synergizes really well with characters like Evo Vegeta, or I guess MUI Goku, just because both those characters have endurance. There's no... When not defeated, an enemy activates ultimate or awakened arts, you cancel enemy buff effects. Oh, so even on standby, she provides that. Not for rushes, but for ultimate arts. That's pretty strong. Pretty good. This is going to be very important against Namek Goku, because MUI Goku and Evo Vegeta were very easy to just one-shot, because he would do the lock-in, pop main, ultimate, boom, you're dead. If you didn't have Kaba, that is. But now you can do this with the Kefla, which is good. Cover change against strike arts, chantable with the blue. Her unique gauge. This unique gauge starts as a charge type, then changes to release type when it becomes full. While it's release type, you'll get a massive boost to your offense with buffs to damage, crit rate, and more. So from charge type to release type, starting as charge type. So while we are charge type, when the unique gauge is full, change over to release type, draw 1 card if hand has 3 or fewer, get 30 key, nullify cover changes, remove card slot seal. Remove card slot seal. Dude, Super Saiyan 4 Goku is in the mud tremendously. This is no longer an issue to worry about. Maybe Cell, but man, even Ultra Super Vegito squishes that bug, so I don't know about this. While it's a release type gauge, 40% more damage, 20% more damage guard, 30% more crit rate, protect hand, pretty damn strong, don't gotta deal with Kaioken Goku destroying your cards when his unique gauge is full, and nullify attribute downgrades, really good. When unique gauge reaches 0, it goes back to being a charge type, and when it's a charge type, it rapidly charges according to key charge type. Release type decreases while not defeated. So it's literally like, well, cells. Cells is the best example. So after it's full and it's gradually depleting, when he's at the pinnacle of his power, release type gauge like that. But the way that you're going to be charging it up is similar to Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken Goku, the Ultra, when you charge down like that. So overall, though, she seems all right. I'm not sure. She just seems all right. Green is a safe choice because there are no crazy purples to intimidate her. Drawing multiple ultimates is good because the scenario where Kefla vanishes and potentially has a green card to an ultimate works really well because you have a stop time event. And if your opponent, let's say you vanish, your opponent now has to figure out when to sidestep. And then you pop a green card, and let's say you see the exclamation mark. You vanish again. And now your opponent has to figure out what the timing is again. And that means that you could go right away. And if your opponent is not ready, boom, you get an ultimate arts in terms of damage. Really good. But if your opponent vanishes you, they then have to play the rodeo of, do I go right away or do I time it? Not a lot of people are going to remember that Kefla is going to be getting multiple vanishes at once. I assume the greatest value from it is going to come from dealing with the death beam, but I could see that being a very fun rodeo with a green card, making Kefla very tricky to catch. I think she's strike oriented. Is that not what they said? Her Z ability being strike focused to me says she's strike oriented, but I don't see melee anywhere. Don't they usually say that here? I must be blind. Oh well. I mean, overall, she seems like a strong character. She's definitely top 10. I mean, every new release is going to be a top 10 character. Because right now, in the top 10, we have some of the old gen, which I'm saying in quotes, old gen characters that are there. Only because at the time, their kits were so overtuned. But as we get more releases adopting this new philosophy, and the natural progression of power creep is to keep dabbling in more technical ability and more numbers, they're going to get pushed out. Kefla is by default a top 10 character. Where she sits among the others, I don't know. You're just going to have to play the game. For me personally, I don't think she's better than Namek Goku. I don't think she's better than Frieza. I don't think she's better than Kaioken Goku. So that automatically, at her best to me, would put her in the top 4 position, but I don't think she's up there. I think she'll be like, maybe like 6, 7. Just based off of a quick rundown. But we'll have to see. Who knows, man? She stacks damage. She has modern multipliers. She has a really interesting unique gauge, release type gauge, just like Ultra Cell. Getting multiple vanishes and multiple ultimate arts is very, fun. Mercenary Tao is a fun character to me. But you guys let me know in the comment section below. What are your overall thoughts on Kefla? And more importantly, not more importantly, but what are you feeling about Frost being the 1%? Lineage of Evil creeping in the background to become the #1 best team in the game, even though the focus is on somebody else. Who knows? Let me know in the comment section below. Be sure to check out the Twitch. I could be playing Deltarune at the time of you watching this, so watch this first and then check out that. But yeah, until next time, peace.